All right, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Horse Guy Mike podcast. This is your host, Horse Guy Mike. Joining us tonight, we've got Mr. White Wine Weather himself, Andrew Herco, sporting the Steelers gear. And then we've got his brother, Johnny the Wire Herco, sporting the classic vintage Justified Triple Crown shirt. What is up, guys?
A true clean champion.
How you doing, Horse Guy Mike?
I'm doing fantastic. You know, I could use some Justify right now. I rewatched his Preakness before we got on here. Man, what a star.
To get ready for it, you watched Justify's Preakness?
I watched the past 5 Preaknesses and Justifies.
Okay.
I mean, we can joke about Baffert and stuff all we want, but Justify, I'll always be a fan.
It's great, man. Barry Bonds was my favorite baseball player when I was a kid, and I love watching his highlights. So why not watch Justify, man?
Cheers to Justify and Barry Bonds.
Yeah, cheers to the juice. Cheers to the juice.
All right. So tonight we're going to talk about the Pimlico card this weekend, Friday's BlackEyed Susan card, the Preakness on Saturday, and the undercard races. So we'll kick off by talking a little bit about the Preakness and then jump into our segments there. Before we talk about the Preakness draw and the actual race itself, we have to talk about the elephant in the room, Bob Baffert, and his recent drug positive and what went on in the Kentucky Derby. We actually handicapped the Kentucky Derby fairly well. Johnny the Wire and I had a pretty sweet pick 6 ticket that we were live to Hot Rod Charlie and Essential Quality and Rock Your World and Known Agenda. And we
went 5 for 5.
We went 5 for 6. We didn't have the juiced man himself. We knew it. Waking up that morning.
You knew it. Back. If you look at the podcast from last week, you asked Andrew, what's your long shot for that race? Medina Spirit. I said San Antonio. San Antonio was going to play up, and it did. It did.
Yeah, that was a rough one. The Juleps were not with us.
No,
that's kind of brutal, guys.
If Andrew was awake that morning instead of playing golf and responded to our group chat, maybe we could have got Medina Spirit in, cashed in a big ticket. But I mean, we had a pretty successful card overall. We cashed in 2 Bafferts earlier in the card with Gamine and De Jour. We were embracing the rat a little early, learned our lesson, didn't embrace the rat fully. So moving forward, we know what to do.
Wait, what did you call him?
Embrace the rat. That's the motto.
That's the hashtag for the year.
Yeah.
He's the rat.
Bob's the rat. Who do you think's the rat, man?
Come on.
What? Dude.
He's a clean.
Justifies
a clean
was
horse.
The biggest rat I've ever seen.
No, Justifies a stud. Listen, Baffert gets dozens of horses every year, and they're not all good. Like look at this past year. He had Garth, Bezos, Concert Tour, Hosier.
He gets 50 horses. He juices all of them up, and then whatever one makes it to the top makes it to the top. And this year it was Medina Spirit.
You still got to make it through.
You still got to make it through all the needles and the drugs and all. You still got to make it through all that.
The horse took a little ass. That's all. He had a headache. That's all I read.
That's all I read too.
Yeah, a little aspirin,
All right. So with that being said, let's jump into the Preakness and talk about, the 2 Bafferts in here, Concert Tour and Medina Spirit, and then who the main contenders are. Andrew, I know you're a big fan of both of the Bafferts. Can you explain why and how you're planning on playing this? Are you betting Bob? Are you going against him? What's your plan here?
My plan should have been my plan in the Kentucky Derby. Go Bob. Last time we talked on the Kentucky Derby, I said I like speed. I'm going to add another S to it. Steroids. Speed and steroids. I mean, what more?
The 2 S's of horse racing right there.
2 S's. You got steroids here. Yeah, we're winning.
My God.
Yeah, I like those 2. I think those 2 are the class of the race. I mean, let me look at. Yeah, the early lead, I have Medina Spirit. Is Midnight Bourbon going to be on the lead too? Maybe. I don't think it broke well during the Derby. If it does, it might challenge, but if not, Medina Spirit might just do the entire go around again. But 2 bombers I have for you.
Well, all right, before you get into the bombers, I'll pick up your Midnight Bourbon there because he's actually going to be my top pick. Oh. I'm playing against the rat again. I'm trying to beat him this time.
So, yeah. Looking at Midnight, good horse, not great horse. Doesn't cross the finish line first often.
Yeah, he doesn't pass other horses.
He doesn't pass other horses. That's the other problem. So if it gets to a good lead, it might be able to, stay at the front. Maybe Medina Spirit doesn't
Yes,
juice in him.
exactly. That's my point. Is Bob really going to double down on the juice with Medina Spirit again? He very well could, because he believes in his stuff so much that he's like, that was a one-time positive. It won't happen again. And Medina, like you said, he just goes around the track again.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use Medina Spirit defensively. Obviously, I'm not going to just leave him off. You gotta have him, which we didn't do in Kentucky. Learned our lesson. We're playing him in Pimlico. But Midnight Bourbon, I'm going to try to beat Medina Spirit because of what you said, Andrew. He had a bad ride in Kentucky Derby. Mike Smith was his jockey. Mike Smith is off the horse now. He gets Irad Ortiz Jr., one of the best jockeys in America. Irad is not afraid to run that horse out to the front. So Irad he's got that in him where he'll push a horse right out of the gate. And he's not afraid of Medina Spirit like Mike Smith was. So I'm hoping that Midnight, you get Medina out there, you get Midnight out there, and then Concert Tour is wide on the far outside. And then I'm going to write Concert Tour off because of that. But I want those two head to head.
Is it Mike Smith in Concert Tour?
Mike Smith, yes. Mike Smith is now riding Concert Tour.
So, I mean,
I think he gave Midnight a bad ride. I think he's going to give Concert Tour a similar bad ride. Like he doesn't gun the horse to the lead anymore.
I see.
And so I could easily see Concert Tour being third, like really wide on the track. And that's really not what I want to see from a 5-2 second choice. So that's why I'm going Midnight Bourbon with Medina Spirit in there.
All right, so I'm going to pick up where you guys were talking about with the pace analysis. So when I was looking at this pace, you've got a couple front runners in here. The biggest one of all being Medina Spirit. Like you all said, I think Medina Spirit's going to gun it to the front. Concert Tour drew way outside in the 10 hole. The problem is that Midnight Bourbon's in the 5. So what I think is going to happen, Medina Spirit and Midnight Bourbon are going to go 1-2. Concert Tour is going to have too much room to come over. He's going to have to settle back and either be 3 wide around the turn, or he's going to settle into that second kind of tier. Either that, or he has to gun it way hard to get in first.
Yeah, if he wants to get in front of Medina, he'll have to go way too fast.
And he's going to burn way too much energy. So I don't think Concert Tour drew well at all, and I think really big knock against him here. The one that I love, especially with this draw and the way that pace was setting up, is the number 4 horse, Crowded Trade. So this is a great Chad Brown horse. He had a great maiden break. He did well in the Gotham back in March. He got second to that race, but he had a pretty big speed figure. And then he got third in the Wood Memorial, and that race was just garbage. The front runners, the front runners did terrible. They set terrible fractions, and he closed into it. And he was passing horses down the stretch. And rewatching I rewatched the past 5 Preaknesses. It's been won by a horse right on the lead, or a horse in that second tier. And I think being in that 4 hole, Midnight Bourbon and Medina Spirit are going to go 1-2. Crowded Trade's going to move over to the rail and sit 3rd or 4th, and he's going to be in the perfect position to just pounce when they hit the turn on the outside. Because you look at it last year, Authentic and Swiss Skydiver, they were on the front. They went all the way home. Year before that, you had War of Will, who had a similar trip to what I'm looking for from Crowded Trade, where he sat in that second kind of tier, hit the rail, and just like boom, he was golden. Yeah, Justify before that. Cloud Computing had a similar trip to what I'm looking for from Crowded Trade. So I think Crowded Trade, especially at 10-1, it's going to be great value there.
Yeah,
like you're selling me right now. I'm looking at the speed figure. It's not the Wood Memorial, the one before that, the Gotham, I believe.
Yeah, the Gotham.
What is it? 104 speed fig?
Yeah, 104, and he barely got caught. So he was 3rd around the entire racetrack, hit the stretch at first, and just couldn't finish, barely by a nose. I'm hoping it wasn't a distance issue and it was more of a pace issue, because I want to see him come back big here. And he had a nice little layoff. He should be fresh and ready to go.
I will say, though, Chad Brown did speak to some reporter that he said he is worried about Crowded Trade's distance ability. So, and that's why he entered in his other horse, Risk Taking, because he thinks Risk Taking is the better long distance. But
can we talk about Risk Taking?
I think Crowded Trade's the better horse just in general. So I'm with Horse Guy Mike on this. Like, I had Crowded Trade as my 3rd pick on here. I love that. I love that rail trip you're talking about in the second flight, because for whatever reason at Pimlico, I think the turns are really tight. I think you want to be on the rail or just in the second path. Like if you're in the 3 path, you're losing too much ground around the turns. That's why I don't like Concert Tour. but I do like Crowded Trade. And then for that same reason, I also like Ram even more to the inside. He's my second pick in here.
I knew you were gonna say that. This horse sucks.
Yeah.
He's so bad.
Oh my God. All right.
Sucks.
He's so bad.
Let me break down Ram for you a little bit. This is my King Fury. I picked King Fury for the Derby 20-1. I got Ram at 30-1 on the rail.
You'll get 100-1. I guarantee it.
Hey, okay, whatever.
I'll give you 100-1.
Let me give you.
Mike will give you 100-1 too.
All right, he's got the worst speed figure in the field. I get that. It was an 88 last time out. I think every other horse was over 90, at least. Whatever. But the reason I like him, let me give you a few reasons. One, he's a son of American Pharaoh, big time horse, likes long distance. Two, he's a half brother to a Grade 1 winner named Colefront, who Mike knows was in the Met Mile about 3 or 4 years ago. Very good horse, fast horse. So he's got great breeding. Because of that, he was sold for $375,000. This isn't like some long shot, like Medina Spirit cheap horse coming in out of nowhere. This is a expensive horse that they think was going to be good, and he's finally getting good. He won his last 2 races. His last race was an allowance race on Kentucky Derby Day. He beat older horses. He beat 4-year-olds in that race, and he's only 3 years old.
Yeah, John, what was the race before that one, though?
It was like a maiden race,
No,
whatever.
It was a maiden claiming race, John.
Oh, a maiden claimer. Yeah, you're right. It was a maiden claimer. So someone could have claimed him, but no one did. And guess what? Now he's in the Preakness.
That horse tried to break its maiden in a maiden special way like 7 times.
Okay, look, maybe literally what I'm doing with Ram, because he's 30-1, I'm literally crossing off everything below the last 2 races. He's got 2 wins in a row. He's coming in hot. He's got the rail trip that you mentioned. Like Pimlico at the rail is golden, and he's going to sit. I think he's going to be inside. I think it's going to be him and Crowded Trade head to head in the second flight, not Crowded Trade like you're saying. So I think he might get a perfect trip in here. I'm just saying at 30-1, he's going to be my bomber to hit the board, maybe even win it. Let's ram it.
Did you see what Dwayne Lucas said today?
No, what'd he say?
So the trainer, Dwayne Lucas is a trainer of Ram.
Is Dwayne Lucas the greatest in horse racing, or is it Shug McGahee?
It's James Bond.
I like James Bond. I like Shug McGahee, but I'm personal.
No, but
I like Code of Honor.
Dwayne's pretty low.
Dwayne's he's in the Hall of Fame.
No, what he said today was if I was one of the stewards for the Derby and stuff, I'd just put Medina Spirit back on top and throw this all out.
Yeah, he's talking shit about Baffert, dude.
No. Like he's saying they should ignore it. Like just let him race, let him win. Like he loves Baffert and he loves the drug game and all that stuff.
He's like just
ignore it all. Yeah, you should see what it like. I gotta find.
He's like in his 80s and he's like he's just out there shooting the shit.
Yeah, he's like in his 80s. He's gonna
get this 30-1 shot to win it.
No, he's like just put the horse that won on top. Who cares? Like let's move on. He's like,
you mean for like the Derby?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's like Medina Spirit won. Move on.
That's just his old man. That's his old man. Mind.
It's like we all do it. We all rub the corticosteroid on their ass,
Yeah.
Although I did read that Dwayne, like I looked into his history. Apparently in the 80s, he got allegedly one of his horses tested positive for cocaine after a race. So
Hall of Fame trainer Dwayne Lucas for you.
It was in the New York Times in like 1989.
Some for me, some for you.
All right. So Andrew, Medina Spirit, John.
Midnight Bourbon is
Midnight Bourbon, and I'm on the number 4, Crowded Trade.
Let me give you a bomber that's going to hit the board.
Is it Rombauer?
Number 6, Rombauer. Big workouts, late runner. Might just sneak up in there.
Yeah.
I think he can hit the board for 3rd. He's a closer. He didn't close in his last race. Like he was 3rd all the way around behind.
He played against Essential Quality, or highly motivated Essential Quality too.
Yeah, so he kind of ran against his style that race because he just sat 3rd that entire race, and Essential Quality and Highly Motivated were just 1-2 the entire time, and he just kept up for 3rd.
That's what you could think Medina Spirit's going to do, is just lap him.
I don't know. He's got a shot. The one horse that I'll fade completely is the Japanese horse. That's a garbage horse.
Oh yeah, easy.
Is that the number 7 horse?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the worst horse I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. He got 6th in like a Kentucky Derby prep in Dubai. Like,
yeah,
and
the
I don't know
UAE
why
Derby.
he's here.
Number 7 and number 8, I have nope on them.
All right, so before we wrap this
I don't know
up,
who 8 is too, but that's a bad horse.
Before we wrap this up, does anybody have any creative bets? Because I got to share mine.
Go ahead and
Um,
start with yours.
All right. So I
yeah,
got
have nothing creative.
my most creative bet. I'm going to go with a trifecta key box. I'm going to key Ram in the top 3 spots in my trifecta. And then I'm going to box the other 2 spots with those other 3 horses, Midnight Bourbon, Crowded Trade, and Medina Spirit. So if Ram even hits the board 1, 2, 3, then I got those other 3 horses to fill in the other 2 spots, and then I hit the try. So I'm basically I'm punching in Ram to hit the board.
So if you get Ram as a bomber up top,
dude, big balloons.
I'd probably just key him in at third. Like he's not going to get first or second. I would put, if I was to do something like that, I would do Medina Spirit, Crowded Trade, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then throw in Ram, Rombauer, Unbridled Honor. Try to get someone in at third.
Yeah.
It's basically like a cold exacta, but throwing a long shot in third. I think Concert Tour
I
is
see what
going to
you're
be
doing.
off.
You're basically doing an exacta box up top and then a bunch of long shots below.
Yeah, because I don't think Concert Tour is gonna hit the board. He's got distance limitations. I'm gonna love people taking money, putting money on him. It's gonna be great.
That's the one thing I feel good about in this race is Concert Tour not even hitting the top 3.
Yeah, and look, he's gonna win by fucking 12 lengths.
whoa, language, horse guy.
Whoa, horse guy.
Whoa,
Mike, you're supposed to be the host of
Like
this.
you're the host of the show,
Did
man.
Alex Trebek ever drop
These
F-bombs?
the
Man?
Bud Light
God.
seltzers. they're hitting.
Yeah,
They're hitting
good.
hard.
That's a good point. Did Trebek ever drop an F-bomb? No.
We can edit that out in post. All right.
Whoa.
All right. So we're gonna move on. That's our Preakness. Let's move on to Friday. Well, let's talk about the Black-Eyed Susan. John, do you want to kick us off with your analysis of the Black-Eyed Susan?
Yeah. So my analysis is that there's a cheap speed horse in there. It's the number 3. I don't have the name in front of me. I think it's called Spritz. It's like a pure sprinter. So it's just gonna blow up the pace, which makes that race just awesome. Like I have like a bunch of long shots that I'm gonna play, but my top pick is gonna be number 9, Adventuring, for Brad Cox. She's 2 for 2 at 3 years old. So it seems like when she was at 2 years old, she couldn't win. She comes off the layoff at 3. She's a bigger, better animal. She's 2 for 2. And while I was watching the workouts for the Kentucky Oaks at Churchill Downs, Adventuring actually worked out better than one of the horses that was in the Kentucky Oaks coach. And like, it was one of those moments on the live stream where like the hosts of the show were like, damn, who was that horse? Go get her name. And so that was Adventuring. And so I think Brad Cox had this race picked out for her. She's 4 to 1. I think she's the second choice, but she's going to be my first choice. And I'm definitely going to key her in the Black-Eyed Susan Preakness Daily Double, much like I did with Malathot into the Kentucky Derby 2 weeks ago.
I love it. I love that horse. I think that's a great pick. Andrew, what are your thoughts here? Going with Baffert again?
Of course. But John just had me double check that Adventuring. Not bad.
Dude. And then what you don't see on there is that last workout. Like the time is good. The time is good, but the visual was even better. Like she was on the inside and she like completely dusted the horse to her.
I think that's what you're getting at. Me is the visual part. I haven't seen it. I had it circled. Just one word, Baffert. So I was on Beautiful. I'm still gonna be on Beautiful Gift.
Embrace the rap, man.
I embrace it. Yeah, I'm embracing it. I'm putting my stake down. I'm embracing Beautiful Gift.
Yeah.
I hate Beautiful Gift.
I do too. I don't think she's any good.
Yeah, if she wasn't Baffert, like I don't think she'd be bet. You know, she had she's raced 4 times, won twice, but she was bad in the Santana Oaks and she lost to a bad horse. I don't think she's gonna win here. I'm actually going with this is my live long shot for the weekend is in this race. So I'll go ahead and pick that one right now. It's the number 2 horse, Willful Woman. Steve Asmussen.
That was one of my long shots. Great.
Yeah,
pick.
Steve Asmussen, Ricardo Santana. Coming off a win, 2 races back, it threw up a complete clunker. I'm just putting an X through that race in the Honeybee. This horse just didn't fire that day, but 3 back had a really impressive maiden breaking win for an 82,000 maiden win at Oaklawn. Fired the clunker in the Honeybee, and then came back, won an allowance easily. This horse looks like it's progressing at the right time, has competitive speed figures. You know, if you don't have that Honeybee in there, this horse looks like it's ready to fire a big shot. So I think at 12 to 1, this one has a good chance here, especially against a weak favorite that I don't like. I do love adventuring, and the other one that I like here a lot is Army Wife, the one horse. And the reason I like this horse is you look at it was just in the Gazelle, and it got third in the Gazelle, and the horse that won that race, search results, just blew up the Kentucky Oaks, like got a very close second.
Yeah, she was great.
Super impressive horse, and so that third place finish in the Gazelle is really complimentary to this horse. So I think Army Wife, Willful Woman are going to be my top two choices here, but I'm going to go with the longer shot, Willful Woman at 12-1.
Word, nice. I got two more long shots. I'm gonna throw in on my tickets. I'm gonna play the 4 Forever Boss. Her first race ever on dirt, she won it, and it was against a small field. But Kenny McPeak has shown that he's really good at at training these 3-year-old fillies. So I think her second race on dirt, maybe she even improves more. She's 15-1. Like it's worth a cheap shot in the daily double between the two big stakes races. And then the other horse I like is Miss Leslie the 7, 15-1. She actually won the prep race at Pimlico for this race. And if you check out her PPs, she's done both sprinting and routing. And every time she routes, she runs way better. So I think that she wants more distance. And then this race is even longer than the race she just won at Pimlico. So I like the local track factor. I like the more distance angle. And she's also 15-1. So I'm going to be playing your horse, Willful Woman, and then Forever Boss and Miss Leslie. I'm also going to play those 3 long shots into all those horses we just talked about with the Preakness.
I like it. I just dropped my laptop. I don't know if you saw that.
I definitely saw that.
All right. Sounds good. So we talked about the Preakness. We talked about the BlackEyed Susan. Those are the 2 big races. We're going to go ahead and jump into kind of quick shots. Each of us is going to pick just like last time, our easiest single on the card, our livest long shot, and our most vulnerable favorite. Andrew, do you want to kick us off with this?
Yeah, let's do we'll do easiest race / easiest bet. So looking at the Saturday card, I was looking at race 9, or just, looking at the card itself. Race 9 came up. Boom, Chubb. I had a Chubb. Everyone had a Chubb.
Chubb Wagon.
Chubb Wagon. Maybe the greatest name in horse racing. Great horse. I'm loving this horse, but I can't single it. I'm going to have to do a big time exacta box with French Empire. I think French Empire is going to be on the Cox Juice, Brad Cox. Shoot him up. Yeah, we're going to do a big exacta box on that race. That's my easiest bet of the day. I think the other horses stink in that race.
Are they the top 2? I didn't look at the odds.
Yeah,
Are they the
yeah.
top? Oh,
I think they're very similar in
Yeah, Chubb Wagon's 8-5, and the other one's 3-1.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're just going top 2, box them up.
Box it. Big box. Let's make some money.
I love it. All right. So that's your easiest bet of the weekend. Who's your most vulnerable favorite?
Okay. Upset to beat the favorite will be race on Friday. I'm loving Seasons. I don't like the favorite in that race. Seasons is a sire to tap it. 185 grand of a horse. Only problem is it hasn't raced in a while. That could be a factor. But it's been having strong workouts. So if you get a good price on it, I think it'd beat the favorites. Seasons.
I like it. It was in a G1 last out, so it's facing tougher company. That was at Woodbine. So yeah, could be a big shot here. Who's your live longest shot for the weekend that you think it's got a shot?
These 2 days have been a little chalky to me. We're gonna go race 9 on Friday. Gotta go Mo. I think it's fifth favorite maybe in the race. I think it's live to win at 8-1.
All right. Any reason why?
Yeah. Just because.
Just because.
I didn't put too many notes down. I don't like the favorites in that race.
Great analysis. Gotta go Mo.
All right. Sounds good. All right.
It's a name bet.
All right, John.
Yeah, let me guess. Uncle Mo is the sire.
Let's check.
Let's check.
Yep. That was an easy
Nailed
bet.
it.
That was 1 to 9 odds on that.
Hmm.
All right, John, you're up. Easy single.
All right. My favorite single for the 2 days is going to be race 6 on Saturday at 1:30 p.m. I'll be there in attendance. I will be betting a lot of money on number 5, Mean Mary. She's 6-5 on the morning line. The
There's
main
no way you
reason
get that. You're not getting 6-5.
Yeah, she's going to go under
Wait,
1-1, right?
why did we just bring it up that John's going to be at the Preakness?
Yeah, we
now?
probably should have mentioned that
Yeah,
earlier.
we should have
so yeah.
started with that.
I'm flying
Come on,
out on Friday, man. I'm going to be there.
Come on, horse guy Mike.
Johnny the Wire will be at Pimlico Friday and Saturday. If you're planning on being there, hit him up on Twitter at Bush League Racing. Meet up.
Yeah.
He'll buy you some drinks. He's getting the first round of
Probably.
shots at the bar afterwards. Downtown Baltimore is going to be lit with Johnny the Wire.
Fells Point, Baltimore people know where that's at.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, Mean Mary, like you said, should probably be lower than 6-5, probably like 4-5, maybe 3-5. But the reason I like this is my single though, because it's the last leg in the early pick 5, but it's also the first leg in the middle pick 4.
Ooh.
So you can almost double down, like end your pick 5, start your pick 4 with one horse, bang. Mean Mary, she almost won a grade 1 last year. She lost by a neck to Rushing Fall, who's a very good horse. And she's 5 of 9 in her career winning. So she loves to win. And then working out, she's had a 6 furlong, a 7 furlong workout. I think she's going to be fit because this is her first race since last November's Breeders' Cup. So the only question is she fit enough to win the race? I think she is. She likes to be the early speed. So she's going to be on the lead. She's going to wire the field.
Yeah, I agree. This is a G1 animal facing G3 and lower company.
There you go. That's the best way to put
And
it.
it's a 6 horse race. Like
I had that horse single too.
Yeah, they won't even do show betting for her. That's a good single.
Yep. Yeah, and I love it because of the early and middle pick 4s. Okay, so my next one, I'm going to try to beat the favorite, staying at Saturday, race 11. It's the Maryland Sprint at 441. The favorite in there is Strike Power. We know, horse guy Mike, we know this horse from Gulfstream Park. We've seen him a few times out there, like Florida Derby Day and like the big days. And he's all early speed, but there's a lot of early speed in this race. And I don't see Strike Power getting to the lead. So I like the one horse on the rail, Lakai, at 6-1 odds. He won his last race at Pimlico. He's 2 for 4 lifetime winning at Pimlico. He's 7 for 23 winning at 6 furlongs. So he loves to win. He loves to win at Pimlico. He's going to get the rail trip right on the rail. And this is his second start off a layoff, coming off a win. I think he's going to double down, win again, 6-1 odds. Another great horse to have on your tickets on Saturday.
I agree. That's a good pick. I liked Breezy Gust in that race as well. It's kind of it's 6-1, so it's not exactly a long shot. But this horse has been dominating at Parks, putting up good speed figures, winning races there. This is kind of their first time facing better horses, but also there's not a lot of there is, but I think Breezy Gus might get on the lead and just kind of walk them all the way around if no one's
pressing. You think
pressing.
the horse is faster than Lakai?
No way. I even got a Yodel 8.
Yodel 8 Yehu or whatever.
Yeah, we'll see. That's why I didn't pick him. It was an option, but
I got Lakai over Labeda.
Yeah, I think this is a wide open race.
Yeah, it's definitely a spread race where you can easily beat the favorite Strike Power.
It's going to be a fun race.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Okay, so I'll go to my long shot now. I'm going to go to Friday. A couple of races before the BlackEyed Susan is the Pimlico Special. It's basically the Preakness, but for older horses. And my long shot's going to be number 8, Cord Maker, 15-1. I don't know if he can actually win the race, but I think for sure he can get up for second or third. I say that because he's had 2 bullet workouts at Pimlico. He has 2 lifetime races at Pimlico, finished third both times. And he's ran 3 times at this distance, finished third in 2 of the 3. So the horse clearly loves to run third for whatever reason. He's a late runner. So I think at worst, at 15-1, he's going to like the long distance and he's going to be running along late. Maybe he'll pick up the pieces and, hit the board at 15-1.
All right. Love it. All right. I'll go ahead with mine. My easy single is going to be race number 12 on Saturday, the 5-horse Sacred Life at 7-5 for Chad Brown. This horse was pretty good last year. Ended its season on the Kentucky Derby undercard in the Turf Classic, got 4th in that race, and came back this year in Keeneland. off the long layoff in the Maker's Mark Mile and ran 3rd place behind Raging Bull and Ride a Comet. Both of those horses are excellent. And if either of those were in this race, they'd be 1-9 easily. So Sacred Life having a good close 3rd place finish to that as a first race off a layoff. I think it's going to do a great job here. Chad Brown's got it kind of keyed in. So Sacred Life's going to be my easy single. I don't see anyone else in that race being even competitive. I mean, I like Some Like It Hot Brown, but
yeah, the one horse. I had the one horse.
Yeah, I like Some Like It Hot Brown
yeah,
too. But
I won some money on Some Like It Hot Brown last year, but this year he's just not the same.
he doesn't win as much as you'd like to see.
What do you think that name means? Some Like It Hot Brown.
I think it was a UPS like illusion.
Oh really? I don't know.
Like Brown will get.
I thought a hot brown is like some kind of Kentucky Derby food.
Well, no, actually his sire is Big Brown, so that makes it easy.
Well, there you go.
And his Hot Pink Stables was the breeder, so there you go. That's the name.
Okay.
All right, so that's my easy single, number 5, Sacred Life in race 12. That's the Dinner Party Stakes. My vulnerable favorite, we're gonna go to race 10. Is it Friday or Saturday? Hold on. It's Friday. Race 10 Friday. The favorite's Abrogate. I'm gonna go with number 2, Red Ghost. So hold on one second. So Red Ghost is coming off of a really impressive race last time out. Won by two lengths. It was just an allowance race. It's lightly raced, three horses here. It's going to be 5-1. One last time it's made in Saratoga back in August of last year by 8 lengths. Tried to go to Kentucky Downs, which everyone knows is like a weird track. It doesn't really play to any one strength, and anything can happen there.
Yeah, because it's not like an oval. It's like a weird. It's like a Euro.
Yeah, it's like a weird Euro track, and got 7th there. I'm just gonna put an X through that. Came back this year in Keeneland, won a big allowance race easily, 2 lengths. So off of that, long layoff, won its first back at Keeneland. I think Red Ghost at 5-1 is really big. And Wesley Ward, with these older horses beyond 2 years, he's really picky about where he's going to enter these horses. So the fact that Wesley
This is a turf sprint race.
No.
Oh, it's dirt?
Yeah, it's dirt, 6 furlong dirt.
So okay. So he ran on turf, and you're saying he's back on dirt.
He started on dirt and then ran at Kentucky Downs and then came back to dirt at Keeneland and won.
Okay, I got you.
So that's why I'm putting an X through that Kentucky Downs race.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's a dirt horse.
Yeah, and I understand like why. I mean, it was big purse, Wesley Ward, turf and all that. So. Yeah. I'm going to go with number 2, Red Ghost, as my most likely to beat the favorite. The favorite in that race is Abrogate, who I'm not a big fan of. What did I just do there?
Andrew's back. White and Weather's back. Boo.
We're back.
Why'd you bail on us, man? What happened?
I never got the answer to the question. Is Some Like It Hot Brown. I think it was too hot of an answer that it just kicked me off.
Oh, we answered it. It has to do with his sire and the
his dad is Big Brown. And he's from Red Hot Stables, something like that. Anyway, race 10. Okay. Abrogate's a weak favorite. Did really pretty poorly in the 8 bells, and before that, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of it. It underperformed in the 8 bells, and that was only 2 weeks ago. I don't like the quick turnaround for it. And I think it's going to underperform here. And I think Red Ghost is sitting on a big race. So that's I
love it, Mike. You sold me. I'm going to bet on your horse now when I'm there.
I love it.
Red Ghost Friday.
Red Ghost, number 2, Wesley Ward, John Velasquez, Johnny V. And we already gave my live long shot. That was Willful Woman in the BlackEyed Susan at 12-1 as my top choice for that race. I tried looking for another double-digit long shot. I couldn't really find one. There's a couple 6-1s and 8-1s that I liked, but Willful Woman's going to be my top choice as a long shot for the weekend.
There you go.
All right, perfect. Well, that's it for each of our picks and our Preakness and BlackEyed Susan coverage. Like we said, Johnny the Wire is going to be there both Friday and Saturday, so make sure you stop by and say hi.
Not wearing this shirt though.
He's going to be wearing his favorite Justify shirt. It was his favorite animal of all time. He said. He won.
I wish Bob was there so I could boo him mercilessly, but unfortunately, Bob's running scared like the rat he is.
If there's one thing John loves, it's booing beloved sports figures. So,
yeah.
So we'll come back again after the Preakness, do some coverage of that. We appreciate you guys coming on and joining us. Any final thoughts from either of you on any of the cards, the race, on Bob, NFL schedules, anything like that?
Yeah, I got something. You can probably see the Steelers logo here. NFL schedule dropped today. I just want to say the Steelers are going to go, 17-0 now and win the Super Bowl. So.
Did you say 0-17? I agree.
I said 17-0.
Well, I hope you don't play the Rams because Ram is going to win this race.
He's gonna
It's just going to be the year of the Ram, baby. Ram it.
He's going to ram it. All right. Yeah. Well, that's it. That's it for us. Thank you all for joining. Good luck at the Preakness, and may the juleps be with you.